Palak Wagadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is control system design, and in this we will continue with our unit number 4, that is introduction to robust control. And our today's topic is sensitivity of the control system parameter variation, that is in a first order system, second order system and in a controlled system. Then the second topic that we will discuss, that is analysis of robustness, then the system with the uncertain parameters and the robust PID controller. So this is our last session of our subject, that is control system design. Already we discussed our unit number 1, 2, 3 and this is the last topic of our unit number 4. So let's start our today's session. See, first of all, we will discuss the sensitivity of control system variation in a first order system. In our earlier session, we discussed how to find out the sensitivity of the transfer function with the help of change in a what? G or H. So today we will discuss that is for the first order system. So this is what is a first order system. Right, how we can say this system is a first order or second order? So that you can find out with help of the transfer function. For example, if your transfer function T of S that equal to 1 upon S plus 2. So you have to check the power of S in the denominator. So here 1 upon S plus 2. So the power of S is what? It's a 1. So we can say that is what? It's a order 1, or we can say the first order system. But for example, if you have a 1 upon S into S plus 1. So what we can say, you have to check, as I said earlier, you have to check the power of S. 1, you have to open the bracket, that is 1 upon S, S plus 1, that equal to 1 upon S square plus S. And now you check the power of S, that is what is it 2. So that is known as a second order system, but type is 1 because the common is what is the S. So here we will not discuss about the type, we will just focus on the order. So first of all, what we will do, we will just write the transfer function and check whether it's a first order or not. The transfer function, that is what? G upon 1 plus Gh, because what is a closed loop system? So 1 upon S plus alpha upon 1 plus 1 upon S plus alpha. Now, you just simplify this. So what you will get? 1 this S plus alpha is cancelled. And just take the LCM. So we will get 1 upon S plus alpha plus 1. See here the maximum power of the S is what? It's a 1. So we can see that this is what is the first order system. Now, see this is our transfer function. Now we know that here we want to find out the sensitivity of this transfer function with respect to alpha. So the equation is what? It's S T alpha. That is what? Delta T by T. That is change in a transfer function upon delta alpha by alpha. That is change in the parameter alpha. Now you just simply substitute the value of T here. So what we will get? First of all, delta T by del alpha, alpha by T. So here, if we substitute the value of T, then we will get 1 upon S plus alpha plus 1 upon del alpha, alpha upon 1 plus S plus alpha plus 1. Now here we have to find out the differentiation of 1 upon S plus alpha plus 1 with respect to del alpha. Let's do that first. So again we will use the denominator rule. So the differentiation of the 1 is 0. Our denominator is as it is. S plus alpha plus 1 minus 1 as it is, and the differentiation of that bracket, that is what is the S plus alpha plus 1. So differentiation of the S is 0, alpha is 1 and 1 is 0. So what we get? Only 1 upon denominator square. So x plus alpha plus 1 whole square, and here just alpha, then this term goes here. So what we get? S plus alpha plus 1. Now here you just open the bracket, or here you can cancel this too. So what will happen? Here you will get only, see, if you multiply that with the 0, answer is 0. Minus 1 plus 1, answer is minus. And this 1 is cancelled, right? S plus alpha plus 1, here also S plus alpha plus 1 whole square. So in the numerator we will get only minus alpha, in denominator we will get S plus alpha plus 1. So this is the sensitivity of the first order system with the parameter variation. Now similarly we will find this for the second order system. So you just consider this system here, the transfer here, the system function is what? K upon S plus 1. Now just we will first find the transfer function T, that equal to K upon S plus 1 upon 1 plus K upon S plus 1, because G of X upon 1 plus GH, because this is what? It's a unity feedback control system. Now we just take the LCM. So what we get? K upon S square plus S plus K. So check the power of S in the denominator. It's a 2. So we can say it's a what? It's a second order system. Now same thing. See, we want to find out the system sensitivity. That is S, T and K. Here instead of alpha we have K. That's why I am writing K. So del T by T upon del K by K. Just rewrite the equation, that is del T by del K multiplied by K by T. Now here you just substitute the value of T, that is K upon S square plus S plus K upon del K multiplied by K upon K divided by S square plus S plus K. Now we have to find out the differentiation of that with respect to K. So K, differentiation of the K with respect to K is 1. Denominator as it is, that is S square plus S plus K, minus this, that is what here? It's a K. So minus K, 0, and the differentiation of that bracket, that is 0 plus 0 plus 1, divided by what? S square plus S plus K whole square. And then you have to multiply that with the S square plus S plus K, because this K is cancelled out. Now you just open the bracket. Okay, so what we get? S square plus S plus K minus K, and this as it is, because here what we have? This term, and here we have a square, so 1 is cancelled. So in the denominator we will get S square plus S plus K. Now this K is cancelled. So S square plus is upon S square plus S plus K. So this is the equation of the sensitivity in a second order system. Now the last topic, that is what? For the controlled system. And our sensitivity topic is over. Now see, this is what is a controller, and here we have a process, right? And here I am using Kp plus Kds. That is what? Is a proportional controller and derivation controller. You know we have P, I and D. P that represent as a proportional controller. D that is what? It's a derivation and integration. P, I, D. So here this is our system. First of all we will what? We will find the transfer function T. See, I am just supposing that is 1 by S square is nothing but my process, and process I am going to represent that with the G. Because see, you know very well, when we want to find out the system sensitivity, at that time we require the process, and here my process is what? It's a G. So T that equal to G, and then you have to multiply that with the Kp plus Kds upon 1 plus G Kp plus Kds. Now the system sensitivity as Tg that equal to del T by T upon del G by G. Now see, this is my transfer function. And I have to substitute that value, because del T by del G multiplied by G by T. So del T by del G. So I have to find out the differentiation of that transfer function with respect to G. So first differentiation of the G is 1. So Kp plus Kds as it is. Then that term you have to multiply with 1 plus G Kp Kds, that is denominator, minus numerator as it is. My numerator is what? Is a G into Kp plus Kds. Now denominator differentiation. 1 differentiation is 0. G is what? It's a 1. So you will get only Kp plus Kds. upon denominator square multiplied by G upon here, that is T. So T is what? That is G Kp plus Kds divided by 1 plus G Kp plus Kds. Now just solve this above equation. So this G or G is cancelled, and here also this term is cancelled. See here, this term, and also we have that denominator 1 plus G Kp Kds whole square. So what we get? Remaining term like this. Now what we will do? This Kp plus Kds, and here in the denominator also Kp plus Kds. So that is cancelled out. Because see, in a denominator, in a numerator, we have that term Kp plus Kds. So you just take it common. So rest of the part you just write inside the bracket. So now this Kp plus Kd is cancelled out. In bracket also this is plus and minus is also cancelled out. So what we get? 1 upon 1 plus G Kp plus Kds. So this is the equation of the sensitivity of transfer function with G. But what is the value of G? 1 upon S square. So 1 upon 1 plus 1 upon S square Kp plus Kds. So you just take the LCM. So S square plus S square plus upon S square plus Kds plus K. Right? So like we just derive the sensitivity of for the open loop system, for the closed loop system, and for the control system. So this kind of the question can be asked for 4 to 7 minutes. Now next topic is what? It's an analysis of Provost nest. So see, this is the diagram. Okay, here we have some errors and some tracking errors, some controllers there, some processes there. Okay, here N of x, consider that as a what? It's a noise of the system. That can be any external noise or some internal disturbance, anything. Now, consider the closed loop system given in the figure. The system call is include to maintaining a small tracking error, E of s that equal to what? We know that is R of s minus Y of s. And R of s keeping the output Y of s small for the disturbance, E D of s. Now, see the sensitivity function is what? It's a 1 upon 1 plus G of s, Gc of s into G of s. You just recall that sensitivity of closed loop system. Now the complementary sensitivity function is what? It's a Gc of s into G of s upon 1 plus Gc of s into G of s. Because, why? Because the G of s, C of s plus S of s, that equal to 1, that is sensitivity plus complementary sensitivity. That if you are going to add this two terms, always you get the answer 1. Right? As we said that the relation between the complementary sensitivity and the sensitivity function, that is what? S of s plus C of s, that equal to 1. Now, see, we will discuss the additive perturbation. Now that is what is additive perturbation is a characterized preset of the possible processes as follows. Now G of x, A is represent additive. G of s plus A of s. Now where G of s is the nominal process as the A of s is the perturbation that is bounded in a magnitude. And that boundary is what? That is A of G omega less than magnitude of A of 1 plus G of G omega for all omegas. Now this assures the stability but not the dynamic performance. Now this is one thing for the perturbation, that is additive. Now the second is what? Is a multiplicative. Now for that G m of s that equal to G of s 1 plus m of s. M is for the multiplicative. Now, the perturbation is bounded in a magnitude, and it's again assumed that the G of M of S and G of S have the same number of poles in a RHS, that is right hand side of the S plane. Then the system stability will not change if this condition is satisfied. And the condition is what? Is a magnitude that is of M of G omega less than the magnitude of 1 plus 1 upon G of G omega for all omega. So the equation one is called the robust stability criteria, and this is the test for the robustness with respect to multiplicative perturbation. So if you want to analyze the robustness, then you have to do the two kind of the tests. One is the additive and another is what is the multiplicative. Now, next we will see the system with the uncertain parameters. Now, many systems have several parameters that are constant, but the uncertain with a range. For example, consider the system with have a characteristic equation is this, that is s to n plus a n minus 1, s to n minus 1 like that. Now, see, we note coefficients within the boundaries that alpha I, that is, this what we are saying is these are the coefficient and that are the bounded vectors. So, we are going to assume some preconditions. That is alpha I less than or equal to ai less than or equal to bi. For I is from 0 to n. Now, a n equal to 1. So, to ascertain the stability of the system, we might have to investigate all possible combinations of parameters. And fortunately, it is the investigating the limited number of the worst case polynomials. Right? See, whatever the different parameters are present in the system, then you have to analyze each and every parameter. But that is physically that is not possible. So what we will do? We will going to investigate the limited number of the worst case polynomials. And there are already predefined polynomials that you have to use that polynomial. Based on the order of system, you have some set of polynomials. So in the analysis of only 4 polynomials is sufficient and they are readily defined for the third order system. As I said earlier, for the third order system, what we have ready-made 4 polynomials, right? That characteristic equation are what? This is what is a third order system, and these are the polynomials that you need to examine. That is q1 of s that equal to s cube plus alpha 2 s squared plus beta 1 s plus beta 0. Likewise, it's a q2 of s, q3 and q4. Now, one of the 4 polynomials represent the worst case and may indicate either unstable performance or at least the worst performance of the system. Right? So, for that you need to solve this polynomials. Now, next we will last topic, that is what is the design procedure for the proposed PID controller. Now find the closed loop. What are the different steps that you need to perform? Then the first step is what? You have to find the closed loop transfer function of the controlled system and the PID controller. Then you have to multiply these two, right? For which the constant are to be determined for the robust system. Then the second step is what? You have to use the ITAE. What is ITAE? That is integral time absolute error. So choose the constant of the characteristic equation for closed loop system as per the ITAE. And then from the above step, write the T of S in the non-coefficient except omega n. So whatever the parameter you are finding, that you have to write will be in the terms of T of S. And then for the specified settling time, choose the suitable value of zeta and omega n. Maybe Ts is given to you and you know the equation of the Ts. Based on that equation, you have to find out the value of zeta as well as omega n. So now GC of S is fully known, so you know the T of S. Now, the presence of zeros of GC of S and T of S normally does not allow the percentage of overshoot requirement to be met. So, determine like here see the percentage of the overshoot requirement 2 does not meet. So, if you want to achieve that percentage of overshoot requirement, then what we require? We require the pre-filter. So what we have to do? We have to determine the function for the pre-filter, that is what GP of S. So right now that is not in your syllabus. So you just consider to achieve this step, we have to design what? Pre-filter. Now robust PID controllers. So the design of robust PID controller is possible by the root locus, or we can say the frequency response curve. Now consider the PID controller as we say that Kp, that is position, Ki is for the integration, that's why write down divided by S, then Kd, that is for the differentiation, so multiplication with the S. Now you just saw this, so you just take the LCM, so Kp into S plus Ki plus Kd into S square divided by S. Now you just take Kd common, so what we have? S square plus Kp by Kd into S plus Ki by Kd divided by what? It's a S. So this is what is a GC of S. Now you choose some constant, that is alpha, that equal to Kp by Kd, and P, that equal to Ki by Kd. Instead of B, if you want to write down beta, that is okay. Now you just write down Kd, that is S square plus alpha S plus B divided by S. So from this equation we can say that we have two zeros, right, and one pole at the origin. But definitely these two zeros are where? That is the left hand side of the S. Because here what is S square plus alpha S plus beta. Now further, as the controller introduced the complex conjugate pair of the poles at the Kd above the certain values like this. As I said, we have two zeros. Now I am just going to assume that that is what is a complex zero. That is that and conjugate of that. And here I am just going to assume a complex pole, that is R1, the conjugate of the R1. Now, see, as we going to change the value of Kd, what will happen? This pole and zero effect that we can cancel out. That is very nearer to each other. So we can cancel the effect of that pole and zeros. As I said, if we are going to vary the value of Kd, then this Z and pole, 0 and pole are very near to each other, so we can cancel their effect. So what we get only, that is Kd, that upon Kd upon S plus R2. Now if I take, that is R2 that equal to Kd, large variation. So what I get? Kd upon S plus Kd. So it is seen from the approximate closed loop transfer function of above equation has a single pole with a quite large negative value. That is what? Very low time constant 1 upon K. So I hope this session is clear. So we just completed our 100% of syllabus, that is chapter 1, 2, 3 and 4. So our chapter number 1, that is based on the designing of system with help of the what? It's a body plot and root locus. In chapter 2 we discussed some state space equations and how to find out the transient response, right, and then some state transition matrix like that. And chapter number, then we discussed the chapter number 3 and then our chapter number 4, that is called as an analysis of the robust control system. So, thank you.